early morning ride turns to disaster. This hot air balloon catching fire as it gained altitude. 21 passengers on board, some jumping off, as the flames tore through the balloon and the basket plummeted to earth. The tragedy happened in the southern Brazil state of Santa Catarina. Popular with tourists, the area often compared to Turkey's famous Cappadocia region. 8 people died, but incredibly, more survived. 13 passengers in total injured and treated in nearby hospitals, the pilot among them. Police say he told the group in the basket to jump out as it got lower to the ground. That crucial instruction may have saved lives. Pilot claims a backup blowtorch in the basket caused the fire. The balloon company has now suspended operations as a full investigation gets underway. It's the second deadly hot air balloon accident in Brazil in less than a week. A woman died and 11 people were injured after a crash in Sao Paulo state. In the United States, Reid Butler, NBN News.
Pakistan has formally recommended Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize, the Pakistani government praising the US president as a genuine peacemaker, saying he played a key role in helping negotiate a ceasefire with India last month. The winner will be announced in October. A special announcement on the ski fields at Perisher today, with the federal government unveiling a $2 million funding boost to support our Paralympians on their path to gold at the Milano Cortina Winter Games.
Supports like psychologists, nutritionists, physiotherapists, strategic village selection, operational, travel, logistical requirements, everything that you need as a high-performance athlete.
It takes a village. It will not only send the athlete to the games, but making sure we are so well supported.
You can catch all of the action live on 9 when the games kick off next February. Stunning scenes at Stonehenge, a record-breaking crowd watching the sunrise for the summer solstice. 25,000 people gathering to mark the longest day in the Northern Hemisphere on the UK's hottest day of the year so far. Temperatures there hitting around 32 degrees by midday. Now to Lauren Kempe for a quick look at the weather. And Lauren, today means we're officially on the other side of the winter solstice.
That's right, Jane. So basically the days will now start to get longer as we make a very gradual transition back to the warmer months. We broke records overnight in Canberra though. The city's minus 7.5 degrees start was its coolest June morning in more than 16 years. Parts of New South Wales also shivered through temperatures not felt in decades. And we have more cool weeks ahead of us in the country's southeast. Another strong low will send icy winds our way this week, continuing a run of very cool evenings and mornings. One more day of sunshine tomorrow though before light rain, topping out at 21 degrees in Newcastle, 22 in Port Macquarie, 21 in Scone. And Jane, I'll have some more details a little later.
We'll see you soon. Thank you, Lauren. Coming up next, no more needles, the diabetes pill making world headlines. And Lights, Camera, Calga, the new film studio looking to give Hollywood a run for its money on the Central Coast.
Aldi's juicy chicken breast steaks, bathed in a flavoursome marinade for your convenience. Now only $14.99 per kilo. Aldi, good different.
At Carpet Call, we're the experts in floor care. Introducing our versatile Quattro Spot Cleaner. Carpet, rugs, couch or car, simply spray, scrub and extract all in one motion. That's why Carpet Call are
the experts in the trade.
Add some thrill to your wait with the thrill of a $40 million jackpot every 3 minutes. Keno Go. Download the app now.
The end of financial year is always the start of something special at Toyota. It might be the start of a relationship that lasts decades, or a day you'll remember for the rest of your life. Perhaps you'll discover it's the start of something new, or a future you feel confident about. The day you get your new Toyota is the start of a feeling that never leaves you. And that feeling starts right here at your local Toyota dealership. Toyota.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Hot deal. Capital 3-seater fabric sofa with 2 reclining actions, only $1,493. Amazing deal on the ultra-sleek Cosmo 7-piece dining suite, only $1,295. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn it into some tasty cookies?
Tell me how.
Add butter, mix it together, bake it for 10 minutes.
Got it.
Financial year sale is here with 20 to 50% off. Oakland Power Recliner now half price. Demi Sofa now just $2,999 and 50% off the Derby Power Recliner. Plus 20% off all Lazy Boy furniture.
The big noise in tools is Summerland Tool Supplies. No matter what trade you're in, you'll find the top power tool brands at great prices. Handyman or professional, get the job done fast with the right tool. Summerland Tool Supplies, 137 to 141 Johnson Street Casino.
Singing the sunshine.
The snooze end of financial year sale is on now. Save up to 50% off selected mattresses, including Sealy, Madison and Tempur, and up to 40% off selected bed frames. Hurry, sale ends Sunday.
What a little snooze can do.
A man has been arrested after allegedly slashing 2 women with a knife in the New England. At around 9:40 a.m, police were called to Uralla following reports a woman had been stabbed. They were then called to Rowan Avenue after a man was allegedly threatened by the same offender. At 11 a.m, another woman was allegedly slashed outside another home. The manhunt ended around midday when police found the 33-year-old alleged offender hiding inside a cubby house at a Uralla home. A woman with at least 77 half-siblings is calling for national IVF reforms after discovering her biological father was able to donate sperm 325 times. Lyndall Bubke made the discovery back in 2022 after ordering a DNA test which revealed she had 11 half-siblings. 3 years later, that number has risen by 66. Last year, Queensland passed legislation to include a 10-family limit on sperm donors. She's now urging the rest of the nation to follow suit. A new drug could revolutionise type 2 diabetes treatment, addressing growing shortages and providing a far simpler option for patients. As Erin Ramsey reports, the daily pill is set to rival Ozempic when it eventually hits the market.
Considered by health professionals as the epidemic of the 21st century, type 2 diabetes has become one of the biggest challenges confronting Australia's health system, with 5.3% of the population currently living with the condition. But treatment could soon be as simple as a daily pill. Known as orforglipron, the oral non-peptide drug is the first of its kind and can be taken without food or water constraints. US pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly has just completed phase 3 of a clinical trial where 500 adults living with type 2 diabetes showed promising results.
Its efficacy and its safety profile is very favourable. It reduced the HbA1c by 1.5%. It reduced weight by about 7.5%.
Researchers say the effectiveness of the drug puts it in direct competition with the likes of Ozempic and Mounjaro, but could be even easier to access.
Because it's a tablet, it's much easier to manufacture than the injectable devices. And with easier manufacture, maybe the supply will get better.
Orforglipron will undergo several more trial phases before it's presented to the TGA, which means it could be another 2 years before it hits the Australian market.
Hollywood could have a new home on the Central Coast with the creation of a film studio, accommodation and education precinct. The site is just one of several contenders vying for the state government's $100 million investment.
Glenworth Valley provided the backdrop for Disney's Planet of the Apes. And now a new movie studio is set to open next door. Central Coast Studios dreaming big for a $230 million precinct at Calgar.
10 sound stages, as well as an education precinct and a hotel.
If they become the state government's next $100 million Hollywood hotspot, the sky's the limit, with even more film studios, accommodation, childcare, and a training facility for future filmmakers.
It really is a one-stop shop. The studios around the world are already showing interest in coming here.
We're talking up to 2,500 jobs, now the $500 million a year in economic output.
Disney Studios at Moore Park, the template for success after producing a string of star-studded hits. And now the race is on for a second movie lot in the state. The Central Coast is now the fourth location currently battling it out to become the next blockbuster site, following Oran Park, Silverwater, and the old railway sheds here at Everleigh. Even more options could open up in the coming months when the state government officially launches the call-out for expressions of interest.
We have an absolutely beautiful landscape and we have even better people, and that's only part of the reason that this should be the location for this film studio.
Erin Ramsey, NBN News. Some adorable new members have joined the royal family. Princess Kate sharing this image of the Prince of Wales playing with the family dog Orla and her new puppies to mark his 43rd birthday. The King and Queen also sharing a new picture of William sitting in a field with "Happy Birthday" as the caption. It's time for sport now with Adam Murray, and the Roosters are on a roll, Adam.
They sure are. Good evening, Jane. Ridden off at the start of the season, Trent Robinson's team is now in the top 8, and they look set to stay there after smashing the Cowboys this afternoon. Plus, the Knights bit a blow after a stunning victory in Perth.
Is gambling getting in the way at work? Getting in the middle of your relationship? Or even infiltrating your child's games? Gambling can impact anyone. Be aware. Visit Gamble Aware for information or confidential support.
Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me.
Toyota's nationwide dealer network is here for the long run because every step matters. Toyota.
You combed through every last piece of evidence. You made the final impossible connection. And all the while, you were soaking in the bath. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Adventure's calling. Gear up for the great outdoors so you can get out there and camp more with Spinifex Premium Lodge tents from $89. Explore more club exclusive deals so you can play more and pay less at Anaconda.
The Subaru sale is on, with great offers on selected Subaru models, including 5-year roadside assist and factory bonuses. So come on, join Australia's most satisfied customers. It's you and Subaru for a world discovered. See you out there.
This end of financial year, don't miss Autobarn's everything auto sale. Rhino-Rack roof racks and accessories could be tax deductible. Save 20%. And members get 40% off this Castrol Magnatec 6-litre oil. Autobarn. Top gear, low prices.
At TAFE New South Wales, we believe everyone has a gift. Find yours in food and hospitality or travel and tourism to help grow the visitor economy. Enrol today for Semester 2, 2025. Search TAFE New South Wales.
38 years manufacturing experience. Service centres nationwide. Layouts to suit everyone. Australian Caravan Centre is your go-to Australian-made Supreme and Leader caravans.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Huge deals on Tempur. Queen mattresses from $19.99. Zero-G Queen adjustable base from $9.99. Tempur pillows from just $99. Plus bonus standard local delivery on selected purchases. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
The Knights are back in the winner's circle and 2 points outside of the top 8 after defeating the Dolphins 26-20 last night. It's not all good news though, with Fletcher Sharp hospitalised in Perth after suffering a nasty injury. An unlikely hero there for the Knights when it mattered most.
Planted down, Brodie Jones scores inside the final 60 seconds.
Brodie Jones's match-winning try, ending the Dolphins' red-hot run of form.
He came up with a couple of big plays earlier in the half, forced a couple of turnovers through his defensive effort. So, sometimes when you got that sort of in your character, you get rewarded. So, rapt for him.
The Knights thought they had wrapped things up moments before. Jaden Brayley's 4-pointer controversially overturned.
He's called that pass there forward. Boy, I don't know about that.
They didn't get nothing handed to them tonight. They earned the lot. When the game was there to be taken, they went after it and got it.
A familiar face and a few returning ones had Newcastle firing in the first half in Perth.
Here's a chance. It sits up beautifully for Bradford Best. A terrific kick.
Dom Young with a smile on his face in his first game back in red and blue. Losing Dane Gagai to the sin bin for a professional foul opened the door for their rivals, the Dolphins using the extra space on the field to take a short-lived lead.
It hurts because it does feel like one that we let get away, but unfortunately we couldn't quite get it done.
The Knights' sixth victory of the season, leaving them just 2 points outside of the top 8.
Every time we win, that's sort of said, we got to take it one step at a time. Obviously tonight was good. There'll be things to look at. We just got to keep improving.
They'll have to do so without Fletcher Sharp. He remains in Western Australia, being treated for a lacerated kidney in a Perth hospital. They lost a host of stars and were written off as title contenders, but the Roosters' win over the Cowboys this afternoon has put the NRL on notice. The Tricolours claiming a 42-8 win and putting on one hell of a show in the process.
Emergency services round for the Roosters. They didn't need any help this afternoon.
Lovely! The middle forwards combined.
The Roosters made a roaring start to the match.
This kick looks beautiful. Perfect for Billy Smith.
Siwa Wong suffered a serious knee injury, but the onslaught didn't slow down.
Oh, what a bounce! Bobby T, he's got support. Connor Watson will score.
The Tricolours taking an 18-0 lead, and although the Cowboys hit back before the break,
Braden Burns still out there, will score.
When they came back out, they were simply blown away.
Savala backing up. Not much support for him. Ducks under a tackle. Now he finds support. Billy Smith out of the tackle and over.
Mark Nwanganitawaze has made a name for pulling off big plays, but this effort was outdone within minutes. The Roosters with another incredible long-range raid.
If they want a kick, through the legs, Tedesco. Try saver. No, he gets there.
Their next trick ended with Daniel Tupou crossing for his first try out wide. Their final act had every fan on their feet. After a slow start to the season, the new-look Roosters are now flying up to 7th on the ladder.
The Harlem Globetrotters, eat your heart out.
It's fun. These boys give me a lot of energy, these young boys. That's probably our best of the year, I reckon.
Sam Jordan, NBN News.
A fed-up Craig Fitzgibbon has slammed his side's discipline after Cronulla surrendered a 16-point lead to go down to the Broncos 34-28. The Sharks in need of some serious soul-searching after sinking to a third loss in 4 games.
The siren yet to sound, Craig Fitzgibbon had seen enough.
I want to sit here and make excuses about it. Just want to do something about it.
All before leaking 4 unanswered tries down their right edge.
I wasn't really ever feeling like we put the game away at any point.
Re-signed skipper Adam Reynolds. Pre-match, the fullback appeared to be in serious pain as he battles a knee injury.
No, I didn't know about it, so he looked alright though, so yeah, he was okay.
Blues big man Payne Haas also required extra medical attention.
That's more referred pain from his back.
So that's where it sort of tends to come from, and that can then obviously ricochet down through the legs at times. So we've just got to work on that.
That's the initial thing. I think he's okay though.
The Sharks coach seeing red as mistakes and errors mounted in the 6-point loss.
Discipline in defence has been poor for weeks. Then discipline with the ball, decision making, it's been poor.
Now 6 points outside the top 4.
I just got to focus on getting a better performance together at the moment. What everyone else says about us, I can't control.
A depleted South lost 25-24 to the Storm in Golden Point last night, but showed plenty of courage against the premiership favourites. Alec Johnson's 4-try haul against Melbourne now has him within touching distance of Ken Irvine's all-time try-scoring record. Wayne Bennett still believes Souths can be a top 4 team as they prepare to welcome back a number of players from injury. The Wallabies build-up to the Lions tour is now underway. Players forming camp in Sydney ahead of their first test in Newcastle against Fiji in a fortnight's time, which will double as a trial for the opening Lions fixture 2 weeks later.
All the boys are buzzing. I think everyone in Australian rugby wants to play in those games, so we can't wait and we're looking forward to it.
James O'Connor was overlooked for the squad, but he's celebrating today, winning the Super Rugby title with the Crusaders, who beat the Chiefs 16-12 in a thrilling final. The Giants have produced a stirring comeback to beat the Suns and remain safe inside AFL's top 8. Trailing by 22 points at the start of the last quarter, GWS kicked 8 final term goals to win 106-99.
When we put it together, I think we're a pretty good team, and with that, we need to become a little bit more consistent with our in-game stuff, particularly to be the team that we want to be.
Lockie Whitfield was subbed out with concussion at quarter time and will be thankful the Giants have the bye next week. Swans coach Dean Cox says he'll personally make sure forward Joel Amadi doesn't lose confidence after a horrid performance against the Power. In his first game back from suspension, Amadi went goalless, kicking 6 behinds and missing 3 other shots completely.
You sit down with the player, have a brief chat tonight, follow him up tomorrow, and then go back to doing what we have to do, which is getting in front of goal and get him into his routine.
The Swans held on for a 19-point win, but Cox says his side still has plenty of work to do. After the break, Brock Feeney secures Darwin's triple crown, and a swift comeback stuns the Giants in Super Netball's Sydney Derby.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a second, guys. Just making coffee real quick.
Oh, sorry about that.
Hi, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah, hey, I'm Death. I'm a sole trader, so, more of a collector, really.
So what is Henry?
Henry is my accountant. Henry is my accounting software. It's basically anything to do with tax. Henry's got me covered. Well, where was this during the bubonic plague? Would have made things a lot easier, let me tell you.
$339,000 calls were made to crisis and support lines from our phone boxes last year, helping those most in need. Wherever we go, there's always more to do.
At Carpet Call, we're the experts in floor care. Introducing our versatile Quattro Spot Cleaner. Carpet, rugs, couch or car, simply spray, scrub and extract all in one motion. That's why Carpet Call are
the experts in the trade.
At TAFE New South Wales, we believe everyone has a gift. Find yours in building and construction trades to help create more homes to support our communities. Enroll today for Semester 2, 2025. Search TAFE New South Wales.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Save $100 on Westinghouse French door fridge, now $12.94. Save over $3.90 on Roborock robotic vac and mop. Save $1,300 on this LG 65-inch OLED TV. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
A sense of belonging. This is a sentiment we've heard most from the homeowners across our many Palm Lake resorts. New homes now selling. This is your time at Palm Lake Resort. Dreaming of your next getaway? Earn a guaranteed share of 10 million Qantas points. Switch your home or business to a Qantas Red plan today so you can switch off on your next holiday sooner.
Don't miss the Mitsubishi end of financial year sale. Receive up to a $3,000 cash card on select models.
Get out. You just told me to get in.
So get in today and get out on your next adventure.
Harris Scarf Friends 20 to 50% off store-wide sale is on now. That's right, 20 to 50% off store-wide. Save big on bedding, kitchen, electrical and more. Don't miss out. Sale ends soon. Conditions apply. Harris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
For over 100 years, Somerville Laundry Lomax has been providing legal support to individuals, families and businesses. When you need someone who'll stand beside you, turn to the team trusted by generations. Somerville Laundry Lomax, for all matters when it matters most.
This report brought to you by Cox Mowers. Cox, proudly engineered Aussie tough for over 70 years.
Cam Waters lost a wheel with 3 laps to go in the final Supercars race in Darwin, causing him to drop 14 places and finish last. Brock Feeney was perfect in the top end, winning all 3 races to extend his championship lead over teammate Will Brown. Minjee Lee is in the box seat to claim her 3rd major title. The Australian holds a 4-shot lead heading into the final day of the Women's PGA Championship. Lee was lethal with the putter from long range and brilliant from the bunker in a blemish-free 3 under par 3rd round. The Swifts have taken Super Netball bragging rights, ending the Giants' finals hopes in the process. The Swifts trailed by 11 at quarter time, but stormed back for a 75-66 derby win, keeping their place on top of the ladder. The Hunter hosted the ACT Monarchs in an inaugural gridiron representative clash at Mayfield's Dengar Park in Newcastle this morning. The visitors scored the first touchdown before quarter time and found their way into the end zone again just before the halftime break. The Hunter All-Stars did mount a comeback in the final quarter, but went down 18-14. The best junior basketballers from across the region came together in Port Macquarie this weekend for the Northern Junior League. It's the final round of the year, with winners from this weekend's competition progressing through to the finals.
Port Macquarie buzzing today with 1,000 junior basketball players competing in 190 games across 4 venues.
It's been great, actually. It's gone very smooth, surprisingly, for the 4 venues, but it's been a fantastic weekend with very competitive games and teams really vying for their final spots.
Port Macquarie and Warhope hosting the Northern Junior League, with players from Taree to Byron Bay competing in the weekend event.
This is the last round of our Northern Junior League. We have 4 rounds that we run over the year, culminating in the finals of Northern Junior League, which is the last weekend in July in Coffs Harbour.
Competitors showcasing their skills, vying for a spot in the finals.
This gives the young basketballers an opportunity to basically experience the representative level. It gives them a pathway to progress through. We have many coaches that are here. They get seen by many of our high performance coaches as well.
This year's competition, one of the largest the region's ever seen, with junior participation in the sport growing.
Basketball on the North Coast has grown exponentially. It's huge at the moment. So our league has grown, as we said, we've got over 190 games this weekend.
Alison Paul, NBN News.
The top touch players from New South Wales and Queensland went head-to-head over the weekend for their own state of origin, and there could only be one winner. New South Wales reclaiming the shield last night, managing to secure the win by just 1 game. In round 9 of Far North Coast Rugby Union, the Byron Shire Rebels were too strong for Lennox Head, while the Ballina Seahorses smashed Casuarina Beach by 30 points. Competition heavyweights Wallumbah Alstonville are also on a high after defeating the Casino Bulls at home.
Head-to-head for round 9 at Pioneer Park. Wallumbah Alstonville Rory Collings set the tone early on home turf. Teammate James Vidler making a cross in the far right corner. Forging ahead with 14 points, Brendan Williams attacking on the wing for Wallumbah. Breaking into the 20s before Collings returned for a double act. Thomas Parker then slipped through the cracks for the red jerseys. The score, a comfortable 31 points in the home side's favour. Collings made it 3 down the far left before the halftime buzzer. Out of the sheds, Wallingborough-Alstonville wasted no time. With 45-0 on the scoreboard, the red jerseys continued their rampage. Casino digging deep. Jeek Tupper then backed up down the far right. Tupper returning to add 5 more. But it wasn't enough to stop the red jerseys taking home the win 57-15. Alexandra Rees, NBN News.
And that is another big day in sport.
It sure was. Thank you, Adam. Stay with us. We'll check all your local weather details for the North Coast with Lauren Kempe right after the break.
Witness pure magic from Harry Potter.
No cheap tricks.
Next on 9 and 9 Now.
With Omo 3-in-1 Ultimate Capsules, you know you can come back again and again.
Introducing the all-new Sealy Posturepedic Acclaim, a breakthrough in sleep technology that senses and responds, helping to align your body. Innovation never felt so good. Sail on now.
Declining. It's what's expected. What's unexpected is the unrivaled luxury in the new Hurricane Ram 1500 and the unexpected power of the new Hurricane engine that's unrivaled in pickup trucks. Ram eats everything else for breakfast.
Turn your old water heater into a smart saving with SolarHeart. Get a $1,000 trade-in when you upgrade to a SolarHeart Solar Hot Water or Power Store system, or $400 off a heat pump. Get smart. Get SolarHeart.
Create your comfort retreat with 20% off the entire range of Stressless. Combining comfort, timeless design and superior quality, Stressless supports your most important moments. Stressless at Oaton's Casino.
Just 150 metres to the beach, the Bolo at Evans Head is the place to stay. From comfortable hotel-style rooms to luxurious 3-bedroom cabins, we have your family getaway sorted. Visit, stay, play and dine at the Bolo.
Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer. Get the Samsung Galaxy S25 256GB for $0 up front when you connect to a new Optus $69 per month SIM-only plan for 24 months. T's and C's apply. Offer ends June 30 at Harvey Norman.
Let Aussie Digger reignite your camping adventures with Austrail, Outdoor Connection, Caribbean, Black Wolf, Coleman, Wild Track, Campfire, Companion and lots more. All your camping needs in one single location. Aussie Digger. Shop in store or online.
A help company would get people back on their feet, make complicated stuff simple, and even try to predict the unpredictable. So that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
We couldn't have asked for a better weekend, and the weather gods were certainly good to us today, but we are in for a little less sunshine in the next couple. Cloudier skies and cooler temperatures will see us into the final few days of June. Parts of the Queensland coast and areas of southwestern WA around Perth recorded more than 25 millimetres overnight, but it's been an otherwise dry 24 hours across the rest of the nation. It's been absolutely icy in Australia's southeastern corner, where the mercury has plummeted well into negative numbers in the last few days thanks to clear skies. However, it is just the start. As you can see here, we have another pretty significant low heading our way, and there is some rain in this system as well. Centred south of the Bight, the system's isobars are also very close together, meaning we are in for some very strong winds around Wednesday of this week. An associated broad cold front also means it won't just be blustery but freezing, especially overnight throughout northern New South Wales and southeast Queensland. High 20s to low 30s
20s the maximum in Broome, Darwin and Cairns tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies in Brisbane with the city set to reach 23 degrees after a mid-teen start, and mostly fine conditions will start the working week for us in Sydney, topping out at 22. Mostly fine conditions across our lovely region today, getting up to 20 degrees in Yamba, 21 in Lismore, Ballina and Evans Head, and a top of 19 degrees in Cape Byron. Only light variable winds for most of the day tomorrow, and a little more grey overhead with the chance of a light shower in the afternoon. Similar daytime temperatures are on the way, topping out in the low to mid-20s from Grafton up to Murwillumbah and even further north up around the Gold Coast. Taking a look at coastal conditions for tomorrow, 1 metre seas with a 1.5 metre swell. East to northeasterly winds up to 15 knots for both the Byron and Gold Coasts. A morning high tide around 5:45 before the low just before midday. Sun to rise at 6:39 and setting just before 5 p.m. Partly cloudy skies in the Tweed tomorrow with a top of 23 degrees. A shower or two seeing us through to Tuesday, but we are in for a mostly fine stretch there midweek before those clouds return in time for next weekend. Consistently topping in the low 20s in Ballina from Monday through to Wednesday. Showers possible, but only light, and then we are in for a slight drop in temperatures midweek through to the weekend before the rain returns on Saturday and Sunday. 21 the top in Lismore tomorrow, showers possible through to Tuesday. 21 on Wednesday with mostly clear skies until Friday, and there is light rain also in store for the region. And we're reaching a top of 25 degrees in Grafton this Tuesday, but then the temperatures will drop from Wednesday through to Friday under high pressure before the clouds return there as well. And checking out the surf, there were some great little waves on offer at Coffs Harbour's Park Beach. Nothing too crazy, but some nice clean sets rolling in. Not too wind affected either.
Thank you, Lauren. A very rude interruption has seen an under-8 footy game in Melbourne called off.
I think it might be kangaroo break. They've called the game off because of a kangaroo. Never seen it before.
The pitch invader jumping back into the bushes after a quick lap of the field, perhaps a warm-up on a cold morning. And that is NBN News for this Sunday. Lego Masters is up next and we'll be back with the late news at about 10:30. Thanks for your company from all the team here. Enjoy your evening. Good night.